Snow, trailer, and 2 wood planks task in Lake Ribiere, Quebec. Hello there everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of SnowRunner here at OpenFed Gaming. I am the OpenFed. Today we are in our Mercer K520, just a little truck, and we're going to try and deliver this short flatbed semi-trailer with parts. There's repair parts in the yellow bin right at the front of the trailer. And then we're going to take those 2 wooden planks that are laying on the ground, one regular size and one medium size, and we're going to stack them on top of the trailer, and we're going to see if the Mercer is as good as I originally thought it was. I really like it. It's a tough little truck. Now, of course, there are certain things that will stop it, but it's a pretty tough little truck, and we're going to see how he's going to survive. So I'm going to try and drive it ahead here and back it up beside those pallets, loads of wooden planks, whatever you want to call them. Now, as you know, the OpenFed is not the best backing up, the backup driver of the world. I have a really hard time backing up trailers, and it's not my favorite thing to do, but I thought I'd give it another shot. Every once in a while we give it an attempt, and every once in a while it turns out really good, so I figure, hey, maybe I'm improving. But as you can see, that might not be the case just yet. So bear with me as we back this trailer up as best we can, but I keep pushing it a little bit too far to the one side, I see. So I get a little bit frustrated with it, and I thought, well, I probably should have taken the Kenworth and turned it around and just picked the loads of wood up and put it on the back of the trailer. But I didn't do that. Another thing in hindsight, if I had picked up that medium load that is kind of pushing my trailer further and further away, if I had picked it up a little bit earlier, that would have been better, but I didn't. So we changed over into the Kenworth, started it up, and got the crane going. And I figure if I can pick that medium up, but my trailer is quite a ways over, and I don't know if I can reach it. And you do have to put it right on top, or it might fall off if I can't quite reach it. So well, we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it a shot and see what happens. Okay, well, but if we can just balance it on the edge there, at least that's one that's on. There we go. Okay, so we'll have to get back into the Mercer and pack the cargo so it won't fall off. There we go, just like that. And now we can go back into the Kenworth and pick up the lift. Now, in hindsight, what I should have done is I should have grabbed the back end of the trailer and pulled it towards me. Another thing to remember for next time, but that's what I should have done, because the back end of the trailer where I got to put this small load now is still too far away, and it's just right at the outside of the reach of where I can get to, and I was hoping that it would stay there, but no such luck. It's okay. Well, we're going to have to get this truck a little bit closer, I think. So we're just going to pick this up and just move it over, move the truck over a little bit. There we go. At least now we'll be able to reach. if I don't tip the Kenworth over, we'll be able to reach the back of the trailer now and put it up on top of the flat deck there. Okay, just like that. Well, we're getting somewhere slowly. Now, of course, because the one cargo is packed and the other one isn't, you have to unpack it and then repack it again, of course. I'm not sure, I remember what I was doing here, but restore the crane, stop the engine, and let's get into the Mercer. We got to get moving because time's wasting and daylight's burning. And we unpack and pack them back up, and okay, let's go. Now, with the weight on the trailer, it pulls and pushes a little bit better than when it's empty. It doesn't mean it's going to make a lot of difference to the overfit because I'm still a really bad backer-upper, But if we can just get it turned around, we'll be on our way. Maybe when I first pulled up, I should have just gone straight through and turned it around and then come back through forward. But everything in hindsight, I guess, seemed like a better option than what I was trying to do. But we do finally get it turned around. Now it's really difficult, of course, this being such a small truck and having the smaller tires, and then having a bad backing up driver, and it being in deep snow and mud doesn't help. So I was just kind of hoping, well, we'll just pivot it onto the rear axle like this and just keep pushing until I'm all the way around, and that seemed to help out. All right, so now the only thing we got to worry about is the deep snow and the mud as we start out on our journey, and we'll see if we can make it all the way to the lake house. Now, like I said, looks like we're not going to get very far. We might be stuck already. No, here we go. Okay, but like I said, I really enjoyed using this little Mercer. He seemed to have a lot of power for a little truck like this, and there doesn't seem to be a lot that's going to stop him, unless, of course, you get into some really deep snow and mud. I mean, it's not a slider, it's just a little truck, but I'm amazed at how powerful he is, and you can put the fifth wheel on it. I think you can even put a flat deck on the back with the crane, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. Now, as we're coming up around underneath the bridge that we just repaired a little while ago, we're gonna turn around. Now, we still got lots of help here. If we do get stuck, or if we can't get out, straight ahead over there is the MACD fence. Behind us, of course, we left an Avonhorn and a Kenworth, and over here there's a big slider elephant with a huge fuel trailer behind him, which I think we're going to utilize at the moment and maybe just fuel it up, because you never know if we're going to get stuck in deep snow or not. So let's keep a full tank with us, and away we go. So we see if we do run into any problems, we do have backup, and I believe there's another Kenworth up the road a little ways too. So I wasn't too worried about that. I can always get somebody to help pull me out of any kind of a situation I am. But we're going to see if we can do it on our own. Now, we're not going to be breaking any land speed records driving this little truck, even if he didn't have anything behind him, because he's not a real fast truck. But he keeps chugging along. He doesn't seem to. He slows down a little bit, but he doesn't stop. But we're a long ways from getting to the lake house, so we still got plenty of opportunity for problems to creep up. But we're going to do our best to avoid them. And the Mercer just keeps on chugging along. We got a couple of sections where we got to drive over the ice, and you just got to be a little bit careful. Not right here. We're going to be climbing over the hill part. There's two ways to go. You can go straight over the ice, but you got to be careful where you drive, or you can go over here, and they just kind of like an oval. They kind of come back together on the other side of the water. So whichever way you prefer to go, I like this way because I feel it's a little bit safer. And especially when you're driving a smaller truck, if the Mercer falls through the ice and he falls through a little bit too deep, you won't be able to get him out. Then I'm going to have to call out the helping trucks, the helpers. And we're trying to avoid that, so we thought we'd go this way, and that seemed to work out all right for us. And then just up here we got an ice crossing to do, but we're going to stay on the side of the hill for as much as we can, where it's a little bit more solid. Just take a sharp left right here. Always remember that off track. Don't forget the back wheels of the trailer. Now here, I just try to stay a little bit close to the cliffs here. It seems to be a little bit more solid there, but sooner or later you're going to have to go across. You're going to have to go on the ice because up ahead we're going to have to get to the other side. And that looks pretty solid over here, so we'll just cross over a little bit here, and then this is a little swampy lake, I suppose, little fishing hole. But now we're on the other side, and we still got a little ways to go, but we're getting close. And like I said, I'm really impressed with this Mercer. He seems to be doing okay. He's doing all right. And as you can see, the black arrow and the yellow diamond has appeared on the screen a little bit ago, meaning that, of course, our location to deliver the cargo is close by. And we seem to be doing okay. Straight ahead. Now, we used to, if you're going to the ferry, you're going to have to climb that hill straight in front of you. Can't really see it at the moment, but right there you can. There's that white little path right in between the rocks, and that's the way you'd have to go. But we're not going that way. We're staying to the right. And the lake house is just a little ways off the road. I would have to say the deep snow and the mud are the toughest for the Mercer. He doesn't seem to have much of a problem with rocks or a little rocky area. He seems to do okay and climb over that pretty easily, but when he gets into the deep mud, I guess the tires are just not big enough. He's got the power. He's got the power and the low end torque to pull its way through. But if you get into a section like here, if it's not going fast enough, you could always throw your winch out at the tree in front of you. Now, when I got over here, I was a little bit worried because, as you can see, we're going to have to go down to the water and then climb up on the other side. But you know, there's a log laying in the water, and there's a couple of trees on the other side. So I figure, well, worst comes to worst, we're going to pull ourselves out of there with a winch. But lo and behold, imagine my surprise as he just climbed right out of there. And that's why I say I don't believe he has a lot of problems climbing. It's just the deep snow or the deep mud. That's really an issue for him. So if you can avoid that, then you're going to do all right with the Mercer. And I do believe that we're going to keep him in the fleet. We'll keep him in the garage, and we'll throw him out at some of these jobs, and we'll make the jobs a little bit tougher every time. If a harder job comes along, we'll see if he can do it. And by doing that, we'll always keep him working at a higher rate than he's normally going to do. Now we're going to turn off a little bit to the right here, because as you can see, if we would have gone straight, we would have had to pull a 45 to the right. And that would have been a little difficult with this trailer. This way was easier. The ice was solid. It wasn't hard to get across. And we're just around the corner from the lake house. As the sun is starting to drop down, I think we're going to make it just before the dark settles in and the day is done. Right at the end of our delivery. Absolutely great video. I really enjoyed this. It was a fun one. Not a lot of real hard problems. Fairly easy delivery. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you back at Open Gaming again real soon. Until then, you've been driving in a Mercer K520, finishing his delivery with me, the Opafet.